Hello, everybody. Kenneth Hollins here with HollinsMusic.com. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes and watching this video. Now, what I have for you today is something that I believe will help you if you are a musician, that you play for your church or you play for a ministry. And there may be times within the actual service itself where you need to play worship style chords or play some chords that are appropriate for that particular moment in the service, depending on your worship style, for your church. But what I'm going to do right now is show you how you can take some really, really simple chords and expand them and make them appropriate for times like that, and how you can really create some really nice things just using some really basic chords. So first I'm going to demonstrate this. We're going to do it in the key of D major, and then I'm going to break it down for you and show you exactly what I did. All right, here we go. Okay, all right, that is the movement. All right, so now this is in the key of D again, and we are basically playing three chords. That's all we're playing. We're playing the C major chord, C, E, G, going to the G major chord, G, B, D, and then finally the D major chord, D, F sharp, A. That's all we're doing, just three chords, and we're just repeating that. Now, one thing that I am adding to each chord is the number 2. Okay, you can do that to a major chord, and the 2 is simply found by wherever your root is in the key of this. In the instance of this C major, we're just going to go up a whole step to the right from the root. So C is the root, we're going to go up a whole step. Okay, just 2 keys, and so my 2 is D. Okay, so I'm going to play this for my C major, C, D, E, G. Let's do the same thing with the G major. Okay, all right, let's find the 2, which is just a whole step up to the right from the G, just 2 keys up. All right, so now we have G, A, B, D. All right, so we're going to use that for our G major chord, and then finally the D major chord. Okay, let's go up a whole step from the root to the right. Okay, and that is the 2. Okay, D, E, F sharp, A. We're going to use that for the D major chord. All right, so that's one thing that I did. I added the 2 to each chord. Okay, and then let me just keep repeating that. So that's one thing. Now, another thing that I did was I changed my voicing. What is a voicing? A chord voicing is when you take the notes of a chord and you rearrange them. It's not necessarily an inversion. Now, an inversion would be this. And we just move to the right, move to the right again, move to the right again, and then finally back to where we started. Okay? Root position, first inversion, second inversion, third inversion, back to root position. Okay, I'm not necessarily talking about inversions. I'm actually talking about rearranging the actual notes of the chord. So for example, if these are our 4 notes that we're using, look at them like colors, like you're painting a picture. Okay, the D color, the E color, the F sharp color, the A color, and you have a blank canvas, and you can paint on that blank canvas whatever picture you want, but you only can use these 4 colors. Think of it like that. And so let's see if we can come up with an arrangement or a voicing that sounds good. Okay, not necessarily an inversion, but a different arrangement. Okay, maybe that. Okay, that's the D, that's the E, that's the F sharp, that's the A. Okay, let's try a different one. Okay, that's a possible voicing that we could use. Let's try a different one. Okay, I hope you see what I'm doing. I'm basically just taking these 4 notes and trying to come up with a way to play them that sounds good. That's really one of the big keys to your chord sounding nice. Coming up with different voicings that are really good. So for example, I could play C major like this, or I could play C major like that, or I could play it like that, or so it's a 1,000 different ways you can play different chords. And so that's a very, very important key when it comes to coming up with really, really nice chord voicings, having really, really nice arrangements of your chords. And you discover that by sitting down and experimenting. Okay, so that's the second thing I'm doing. Third thing I'm doing is I'm playing what I call alternate bass notes. So whatever my bass note is, right here's C, right here's G, right here's D. I am actually changing that to another note that's in the chord. So instead of C, I can play E or G as an alternate or a different bass note, and it really gives you another sound. Okay, you would think, well, it's not that dramatic, but if you use it the right way, it really can be. Okay, so in the instance of G, we could do G as the bass note, B is the bass note, D is the bass note. So any note that's within the chord, I generally don't use the 2. I use the root or the 3rd or the 5th as an option for my bass notes. So any note that's in the chord, you generally can use it as an alternate bass note. Okay, and then back to the D. Okay, so we could do D as the bass note, F sharp as the bass note, or A as the bass note. So let's try that out. Let's see what that sounds like with alternate bass notes other than the roots. So let's try C major like this, G major, D major. All right, let's keep going. Alternate bass notes. Then, okay. So that's the general idea. So now let's take everything that I showed you, these basic chords with the 2, these basic chords with the 2 in different voicings, and these simple chords with different voicings with the 2 and with alternate bass notes. Okay, and then last thing, you also can create little melodic lines to connect your chords. Now that's another really, really powerful thing. For example, so what am I doing? Making little melodies to connect the chords. Okay, all right, so let's put all of that together and see how it sounds. Okay, here we go. Okay? All right. 3 chords. C major, G major, D major. That's all it was. But it's how you put it together, and it can really, really be something powerful if you use it the right way. Okay? I hope that was helpful. I hope you really enjoyed that. And always remember, you can go to my website, hollandsmusic.com. I have several different lessons for each skill level: beginner, intermediate, advanced, things that I really believe will help you. And then also, if you enjoyed this lesson, please take a moment and subscribe to this channel, and then hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I upload new videos. And then finally, go to my website and subscribe for free lessons that will be sent directly to your email. Okay? All right. Thanks again for taking some time and watching this video. And always remember, HMPI, we're serving gospel musicians all over the world.